Welcome to today's Explainer, everyone. Today we're looking at Immortal Realm's most talked about civic template, the Chirurgeon build. Now, I've been looking over the skill lists and the college requirements, and honestly, as a player just evaluating this, I gotta ask right out of the gate, is this just a passive, boring healbot template where I literally just stand in the back and hit macros? Okay, let's dive right into this, because I hear that misconception all the time. I'm currently a practitioner treating players daily at the hall, and I can tell you absolutely not. Let's set the record straight right now.
So, is it a glorified healbot? No way. This is a highly active, support-leaning template. You aren't just standing still. You are constantly reading the battlefield, anticipating damage, and actively keeping your team in the fight. Now, obviously, the build shines in duos or groups, but what actually surprises a lot of people is that a Chirurgeon has plenty of Magery and healing output to perfectly handle low to mid-tier PvE content completely on its own.
Well, that's definitely reassuring for those times my guild just isn't online. But I'm guessing there's a hard ceiling to what I can actually solo, right?
Like, the group support viability is clearly off the charts, but there've got to be severe limitations when we're talking about high-tier soloing or, PvP.
Right, exactly. We've got to be completely realistic about the build's limits here. If you are venturing into high-tier dungeon content, or if you're stepping foot into Felucca for PvP, you will absolutely need a dedicated combat partner. Your solo damage just isn't high enough to burn down top-tier threats, and surviving a coordinated player attack alone, forget about it. You are the ultimate force multiplier for your partner, not a lone wolf.
And really, that brings us to the entire core philosophy of the build. We call it healing redundancy.
Okay, so you're not just relying on one single method to keep people alive.
Exactly. You've got bandages through your healing and anatomy skills. You've got spell healing through Magery and evaluating intelligence, plus potion utility through alchemy. Think about it. In the absolute chaos of a fight, maybe a mob totally drains your mana, or you get hit with deadly poison, or hey, your bandage timer is still ticking down. This layered trinity ensures that at least one of those tools is always available to keep you or your partner breathing.
Let's break down the actual skill points required to pull this off. Looks like you're aiming for 640 to 700 total points. That's healing, anatomy, Magery, eval-int, and meditation, all pushed right up to 100. And then resist spells and alchemy soak up the rest of the headroom.
Yep. And the real secret sauce in this distribution is the synergy, anatomy and evaluating intelligence. They aren't just filler skills padding out your character sheet. Anatomy directly scales up the actual effectiveness of your physical bandages, and eval-int literally scales up the raw numbers on your heal and cure spells. That synergy is exactly what makes your healing redundancy so incredibly powerful out in the field.
Moving on to stats, it's a pretty specific spread. We're talking 100 intelligence, 90 strength, and just 35 dexterity.
Right, so it is an INT-first approach, hands down. You absolutely need that 100 intelligence to max out your mana pool, because running out of mana when you desperately need a clutch cure spell, total disaster. But, and this is crucial, do not ignore strength. That 90 strength is your muscle. Yes, it gives you the hit points to survive a few hits, but honestly, it's literally for the carry weight. As a healer, you're going to burn through generous reserves of reagents and super heavy stacks of bandages. You need to be able to actually carry all that gear into the dungeon.
Okay, so bottom line for me, do I actually have to join the College of Chirurgeons to make this build work?
Mechanically? No, not at all. Your skills will function perfectly fine without the order. You can heal yourself, heal your friends, all day long. But the entire build is specifically calibrated for college rank progression. If you don't join, you are completely missing out on the public recognition layer, the examination flow, and the civic verbs that come with treating patients. Honestly, almost every single player who runs this template ends up joining the college within their first month anyway. The integration is just that rewarding.
So, looking at the training path, it's a journey. You start with NPC trainers, then you move on to healing yourself in low-level combat, and eventually branch out into full group support. I do notice that applying to the college order happens super early here, like right before your skills even hit the mid-80s. Yes, that is a massive tip. Do not wait until you're Grandmaster to join. Apply early. Because by doing that, your rank progression starts running right alongside your skill training. Even at those mid-skill levels, your service work actually begins paying off, meaning you aren't wasting all those potential service points while you're grinding your core skills up to 100.
Tracing the rank ladder here, starting from orderly, I see attendant, practitioner, and surgeon. But I've definitely heard players talking about ranks like physician and surgeon in the server lore. Are those attainable right now? Well, right now, only the first 3 promotion paths are fully wired into the game. Those higher ranks, like physician, they do exist in the system, but their promotion gates are reserved for future phases. So practically speaking, surgeon is your ceiling for now. Oh, and a quick insider note. If you see Master Aldrich Vermeer walking around with the title Provost, don't try to grind for that rank.
He is literally just a unique NPC who hosts the exams in the hall. It's not a player rank.
Got it. Okay, so to get those promotions, I just sit in the hall and grind these rank exams over and over to get my service points?
Okay, let me stop you right there. I hear this every single day, and it's the biggest misconception about the college. Exams alone do not earn you service points. The exams are literally just the final gate to prove your knowledge once you already have the points. To actually earn the service points required to even take those exams, you've got to get your hands dirty. We're talking real cures, actual treatments, and civic verbs out in the world.
So, let's talk about what actually pays the bills here.
All right, breaking down these numbers. Curing Callstones gives 12 service points. Wow, that's a massive jump over something like stabilizing Shakes, which is only 2, or curing it for 4.
Exactly. Curing Callstones is absolutely the highest yield treatment to hunt for. And get this, even a failed extraction gives you a point just for trying. You also earn 4 points each for basic civic verbs, things like Absolve, Bless Writ, or Relic Aura once you hit that attendant rank. That active, boots-on-the-ground community service, that is exactly how you climb the ladder.
But you've got to keep this one number in mind at all times. 200.
Wait, is 200 the absolute maximum points you can hold?
No. 200 is your daily service points soft cap. See, the college is intentionally designed to reward consistent, daily civic service over weeks. You can't just log in on a random Saturday, grind out 1,000 points in some massive binge session, and demand a promotion. It simply doesn't work that way. The system forces you to genuinely play the role of a working healer, week in and week out.
Okay, but what if I want a bit more damage or self-sustain? I definitely seen people running around with some kind of necromancy variant of this. Oh, for sure. It is a totally legitimate path if that's your playstyle. The necromancy variant basically drops either alchemy or resist spells, so you can pick up necromancy and spirit speak. You're trading the safety of resist spells or the utility of those potions for more combat-leaning self-healing. We're talking spells like Vampiric Embrace, Curse Weapon for healing through your damage, and Wither for solid crowd control. It essentially boils down to a classic choice. Do you want the pure Magery breadth of the base template, or the darker, combat-heavy depth of the variant?
We should probably talk about the honest trade-offs here, though. The Regent Burn and that vulnerability in Felucca, those seem like pretty massive hurdles.
They absolutely are, and look, we don't pretend those away. You mitigate the Regent Burn by simply carrying way more than you think you're going to need, and you mitigate that PvP vulnerability by literally never traveling alone. But honestly, the hardest weakness to overcome is plain old human error. Healing target priority, mastering triage in real, chaotic combat, knowing exactly who to heal, when to drop a cure, and when to toss a potion, that is exactly what separates a novice from a true Chirurgeon.
And the best part is how all of this ties beautifully into Immortal Realm's wider ecosystem. The College of Surgeons is your spiritual home, and treating server maladies, that provides your everyday work.
I'm really curious about this Mortal Shock integration, though. Getting 6 service points just for performing Last Rites?
Oh, it is fantastic. Look, if you want to be popular on the server, performing Last Rites at gravestones via the Mortal Shock system is the #1 verb non-Chirurgeons will track you down for. People will literally beg you for it. It's incredibly interactive. Plus, you get reliable gold through the daily ledger, you help out with civic justice absolution, and your name actually gets listed right there on the providers tab in the comments for everyone to see. It's so clear that this is way more than just clicking a bandage macro. It's deeply integrated into the shard, and it heavily rewards real community interaction.
Spot on. It's a build that gives back exactly as much as you put into it. So I guess the only question left for you is, are you ready to put on the robes, master the art of healing redundancy, and take your very first shift at the hall? Dive into the game, give it a shot, and we will see you in the wards.